imagination and fantasy.
Yeah.
There's so much imagination, there's so much fantasy and flair. Imagination and flair, lack a bit of imagination and fantasy. Imagination and fantasy.
Yeah.
There's so much imagination, with so much fantasy and flair. Imagination and flair, lack a bit of imagination and fantasy.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome back to episode 15 now.
15.
And we've got a special guest with us.
We have Paul Zimarino,
The Bomber.
Evening, boys.
the bomber. Now, Joe, the man to the right of me. The FFA Cup Goal of the year last year.
Yeah.
Correct? The FFA Cup, Joe.
FFA Cup.
Australia-wide. All right. Plays for Perth Soccer Club. 21 goals in 2018. Is that correct?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that, yeah.
All right. Paul Zimmer, the man. How are you?
Good, boys. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. I noticed you're wearing your Liverpool top.
Always, mate. Flying high.
What happened to the Perth one?
Glory?
No, just the Perth, the team you play for.
It's actually washed.
In the wash.
Only not
Yeah,
enough
fair
enough
enough.
training.
Yeah,
so,
we'll
you know,
give him
it's in
that.
the
We'll
wash,
give him that.
mum
We'll
needs
give him
it.
that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, Joe, you started working this week.
I did on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 to 5.
9 to 5. Is it all you ever thought of?
Pretty much, it's my life. I have a nice ergonomic chair. That's all I need.
That's good.
Standing desk?
I can if I've seen a few around, but I don't think that's my vibe.
No,
So,
absolutely. I agree.
You reckon? I think, I've heard it's very good for the lower back.
Yeah, but like I don't like standing.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one does.
I don't have the right work shoes, so
Okay.
yeah, we'll find out later.
Are your eyes sore staring in front of a computer all day?
A little bit, but I take off my glasses and then it's better for a bit. So
Okay.
what can you do?
Fair enough.
So what I want to know with Zimmer, how'd you find out like that you won the FFA Cup Goal of the Year? Is it an email? Like,
It was against
call you
Melbourne,
up?
by the way.
It was against Barry.
in the sponsor Melbourne.
Yeah, no, I think could have thought of better places to win it. No, so how it all started, because mine was in the prelim stages,
Yeah,
it was very, very early on, and then there was a goal of the round in like every single round the FFA Cup went through, so mine just kept progressing, and then it was like, I think it was a year on or so.
It was, yeah.
And Hudson, who former Trinity boy, who runs
friend of the show.
friend, hopefully he's watching. He runs all our social media and that. So he got the email, and he said to me that FFA sent someone out to film the final 6. I think it was. They said to me that they film all of us, and we go there and say these scripted lines, and they say they film all of you, and then if you win, they use it. But
Fair play.
Hudson sold me the candy, and he knew I already won, but he didn't tell me. So, and then I just woke up to I had 10 or 15 notifications on the phone.
It's not too many, but
no, as I know, for an FPL standard, I thought, and then that was it. Saw it all over
So
social media.
you could vote for them, couldn't you?
Yeah.
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 I think I voted for you.
No, thanks for that.
did you get all your mates to vote multiple times
Honestly,
with a fake email and all that? Or?
I actually didn't vote once, but I think Mum said she shared it, but I'm not friends with her on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I couldn't see.
All right, Joe. We're going to ask a very tough question. The tough questions.
Yep. All right.
Do you want to start?
The first one. Your nickname is The Bomber.
Yeah.
Where does that start with? How has that come to fruition?
It's a funny story actually. So I was working at this place, just a food place, and there was these 2 Italian guys very heavily involved. One a big Juve fan, one a big Napoli fan, and then obviously as I started working, we got into talking that I play, blah blah blah, and it happened to be that season that I scored quite a few goals, and they got on the social media and saw me scoring and that, blah blah blah, and apparently in Italy they call, so this guy was a big Inter fan also. They call Icardi a bomber.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they called Christian Vieri as well.
Vieri as well.
Yeah.
I think I didn't really understand it at first, but then they explained it to me. It's pretty much translate to someone who scores a lot of goals and regularly. So, and then there was one game I think I scored, and then he commented on one of the Perth things on Facebook, and then all my teammates saw it, and then it absolutely took off.
I like that.
I always see Nathan Falcone. He always comments
He
that
leeches
on
onto
everything
onto
pretty
anything.
much.
Absolutely everything. Leeches onto all of it.
All right. Paul, where do you get your haircut?
Main Street Barber. Best in the
I've heard
business.
good stories about this
Street
place.
Best in the business. I'm going to send this to Christian. You will love this. And Dave, thanks very much, boys. You're the best.
I like it. Very good. All right. Now, even bigger question. Pre-game meal. Can you still go to Nonna's and eat pasta before the game?
Yes,
So
but
3 p.m. kickoff usually. Tell us what you go through.
so I actually it's a bit of a tradition that I started last year. I actually go to Lot 60 in Yokine and have a big breakfast.
Yeah, a big breakfast.
I would say like it's a
full English or?
No, eggs Benedict with a bit of hollandaise at about 11:30. So then it gets me through to about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then I just have a little snack. And with all my water and that, I'm pretty full by the time. But there's a funny story that the boys still give me a bit of crap about. The night before my meal is, not a good example to kids maybe, but the night before the grand final 2 years ago, I'm not sure if you were there.
Is that when you scored the hat trick?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I actually stayed up till like 5 a.m. and ate KFC.
It worked.
It worked, and then so every Friday night, that's also what I do before the game. So,
Can't argue with that.
If it works, my assistant coach goes, if it works, keep doing it. So that's what I do.
I rate it. I reckon we could get Joel Keenazy to eat some fried chicken at 5 a.m. Then
He's gonna
Probably. That's what he's probably been doing like the last month or so.
That's true.
He's been killing it.
It's true. Okay, so Maribooka only, but...
Okay, very well. Fair enough. Okay.
We need to say hi to our Patreons.
We will say hi to our patrons. Did we get any more this week? I think we got one.
We got one and we lost one.
No, we got two and we lost one.
Yeah. Hutchie left us.
Hutchie.
Yeah.
He joined and left.
Overseas, mate.
That's
Scared of the virus.
All right. Shout outs to Andrea, who is actually our first...
Andrea?
Andrea.
Yeah.
Andrea, the first female patron
Yeah.
that we mistakenly got wrong the week before. Ben Krizik, David Clark, Fraser Marnham, Glenn Olivero, Jacob Colangelo, Jordan Smith, Jordan Waters, Cardia Stowett, Natasha Williams and Tom Kavanagh.
Thanks for giving us money.
Thank you for giving us money. We have gone over our quota.
Our goal.
Our goal, yes.
So, last month or so when we got paid, we donated that to some wildlife things in New South Wales.
Where was it exactly?
It was Wires.
Okay.
Yeah, it stands for like wildlife something. Well, whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, they got all of last month's money. So
Okay. And to clarify, so we posted an exclusive podcast to everyone.
a secret podcast on the Patreon.
That was secret podcast number 2. So that one was just for everyone, but usually the secret podcasts are only for the Shagger tiers. No,
the ultimate Shaggy tier, which is $5 a month.
Yeah, so we just wanted to give something to all the patrons just so they can...
Yeah, it's $5. It's nothing. It's what? It's
$5.
It's a big coffee.
It's a big coffee.
Yeah, it's like a Perth coffee.
Pretty much.
Dorring Gardens coffee.
Is coffee any decent there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always
I'd
have
say
one before kickoff.
Before kickoff as well. Okay, and another
Espresso.
exclusive.
Espresso, yeah, no milk.
Okay, can't move for the game.
Can't run.
All right, Trent, what's next on the agenda today?
All right, Joe, there's been big news this week that... Actually, no, really today. Heavily speculated that Tony Sage is selling 80% of the Perth Glory to the London Football Exchange.
Yeah, so this has to do with like Bitcoin. I don't know what that is. I've left my phone on as well.
It is to do with Bitcoin. So they want to own 7 clubs around the world.
Yeah, like Crystal Palace is one of them, I hear.
Palace is one of them. Tony wants to keep 20% is the number.
Fair enough.
And he thinks that it will contribute to general economic growth of the league.
Fair enough. Do you know what Bitcoin is, Zimmer?
Oh, that's...
Do you want to try explain it?
That stuff really confuses me. I do not have a clue. You're looking at the wrong guy.
Trent, do you want to have a go at explaining Bitcoin for our listeners and viewers?
So... Bitcoin only has... Alright, so what Bitcoin is?
Yeah, what's Bitcoin?
It's a online currency.
Yeah.
Very similar to a stock.
Yeah, okay. It has the same characteristics.
Same characteristics. That's about it, Joe.
Yeah, I'm not going to try explain it. I don't know what it is.
So, Joe, I think...
It's very complicated.
Very complicated, even though I study finance. Do you study finance, Joe?
I majored in that, yeah.
You majored?
Yeah. No, Bitcoin's just different gravy, you know?
All right. So, I think this is good because Tony Sage made a comment on the radio.
Yeah.
And he said it's really good for young players and staff at the club that if they want to go somewhere else, they have links through this London Football Exchange.
But we want to keep them in the A-League, don't we?
That is true.
I don't know.
Well, do you think like Aaron Moy and Arzani going to Melbourne City was or Manchester City was a good thing?
I think so.
Yeah, for them, yeah. Like I'm selfish. I want to keep them in the league.
That's true. That's true.
But, yeah,
For the national team, but...
Yeah, no, yeah, I give you that.
That's
Yeah.
what we need.
So I think Tony Sage lost about like 3 million, and he usually does each year.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Can't be losing money.
But it's weird as well because Tony Sage is the chairman of this club that has bought out 80% of Glory.
The company, sorry.
Yeah. So has he he's pretty much sold it to himself in a way.
Okay.
Not necessarily,
Okay.
but
Not necessarily, but through the minds.
Like you can just connect the dots with that one.
Potentially a
It's quite
conflict of interest.
Possible. No, I'm not going to say anything. but I don't know.
So one big thing was, I thought we were going to be called, we were going to change our name and identity in club colours, but we do retain full club logo colours because we could be called Glory London.
Glory London Football Exchange. What is a football exchange? I don't get it.
Neither do I.
There's these big. Okay, I watched a video. And there's these big companies that are now buying all these football clubs around the world.
Yeah.
And that's about it. And they want to make a monopoly out of it.
And that's about it. Okay.
That's about it. They buy 5 or 6 clubs and then they'll make a lot of money.
Fair enough. So we should get into it.
I think we should.
Yeah. I think it helps towards their financial fair play also.
Yes.
So Man City, for example, have their Man City group.
Yeah, because they're owned by rich people.
Yeah, and there's a thing where you have to the money you make from selling players, you can only spend on buying players, if that makes sense.
Right, so
sustainability. If they buy someone from Melbourne City, sell someone from Melbourne City for 200k, that's 200k. Man City can spend more.
Yeah.
Even though it's spare change.
Yeah.
But when you have 7 or 8 clubs around the world, it all adds up.
No, that does make a big difference.
Straight facts.
Very good.
Yeah. We're probably not the people to ask about Bitcoin and all that, but
potentially we are because
we gave it a shot.
Okay. Yeah. Joe, potentially you are qualified in this, but that's okay.
Bitcoin's just different gravy. That's the only way I can describe it.
It's fake money.
Yeah. If you can't see it, then is it real?
No.
That you can't see a stock. You can't physically see it.
Yeah, it's all fugazi.
All right.
It's fairy dust.
Joe, do you know at the Brisbane Hotel you can get free chicken wings after the Glory game?
Free if they win or just they win every game anyway. So.
At home, really.
At home, I don't even know. I saw this the other day.
Free chicken wings. When's the next game? The next game's in a month.
It is.
It's ridiculous. The A-League, FFA, whoever, sort out your fixture.
Yeah,
the scheduling.
Yeah. So, we've got Asian Chambers these games. Anyway, Joe, there's Alex Brosk is now an ambassador, a fan ambassador of the A-League.
Who to?
Who cares?
The Sydney fans only.
Sydney fans only. Actually, I'm wearing a Sydney FC top today because we have a lot of Sydney listeners.
We do.
And I bought it for $10 at Gym Kid.
Yeah, we plug Gym Kid most weeks. They're insanely cheap A-League kids.
Gym Kid where are they in the city?
They're everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
but there's the one in the city.
Yeah, I used to work in one. Yeah.
Right.
No, good times. I used to work with the winner of the first, what's it called? The Love Island. The girl who won, she worked there as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
You're next, eh?
I hope so. Yeah, I'll just link the podcast to Love Island.
Right. Okay.
Surely I could still film whilst on Love Island.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so. Secret pods.
Secret pods, yeah.
Also, one other thing was, if Glory get bought by the London Football Exchange, can they buy us?
What do you mean us?
The podcast.
Oh yeah, eventually, yeah.
We might add an exclusive tier.
We'll sell out
of
that.
$10,000 to the Patreon.
Yeah.
I think
I don't see why not. Because I'd be about 9,000. You'd be about 1,000, Trent.
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of the split.
Yeah, of course.
That's true. Okay. Joe, should we move on to the games?
Is there any other news or not?
It
was a quiet week relatively.
Not last week. I rambled on, and you thought there was.
Yeah, I didn't like that, but some people did like it.
So did they? So I decided this week to not comment on Western United signing someone.
Who'd they sign? Did they sign someone?
We just talked about it before.
Western United or Western Sydney?
Oh, Western Sydney.
Yeah, because Western United signed some Japanese brother.
But it's not on the news, so we can't talk about it.
Yeah, forget it. It's not important. I don't care.
All right. The Sydney Derby was postponed.
Yep, climate change and that.
Climate change.
No, this is interesting.
Okay.
2 weeks ago in Sydney, it's everything's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's flooding.
That is interesting.
One extreme to the other.
Yeah, exactly. If that's not climate change,
it's a big challenge for the league.
We're tackling some big points. Climate change, Bitcoin,
too far out of our tier.
Main Street barbers.
Oh yeah,
the big issues.
Big issues in life.
So I think the biggest derby of the round was the distance derby.
Oh, that was the best game of the round for sure.
Best game of the round. I think I'm going to start with the distance derby, Joe, even though that wasn't the first game of the week.
Let's start with the distance derby.
All right. Glory and Wellington.
We were in the box for this one.
We were in the box.
Courtesy of your father,
We were in the Tony Barlow's East box 62.
Yep.
Food and drink supplied?
No, we didn't,
rough,
unfortunately. Had to buy my own. What did I even drink? An Albie? An Elsie? I had something like
They
that.
need to get Swan draft at these stadiums, I
They
reckon.
need to. It's it was a WA beer, but surely.
You can pass.
We saw patron Jordan Waters at halftime.
Big ups. I was busy singing Sweet Caroline, so I couldn't say hi.
Now, we've never got on the video for singing Sweet Caroline.
So I've got. Were you on the big screen?
No.
So last season there was a dance cam at Glory halftime, and
I'll witness this with my own eyes.
and like me and a few other mates, I was like Millie rocking, and ends up on the big screen. Yeah,
Was it a good Millie Rock?
Yeah, it was awesome Millie rock. I'll post it on the Twitter. Yeah, I've still got the picture.
You still got the picture. Awesome. All right, so Joe, the Glory were exceptional this game.
For periods.
For about
Periods, yeah.
60% of the game.
For 60, yeah, I'll agree with that. Because they started off a little bit slow in the first 40 minutes, then 45 minutes and bit in extra time, they just turned it on.
They turned it on for sure.
Because Dagger scored the first one, yeah?
Yes.
And then it was big BHP
Big
building, Big Tommy Marcella,
Big Tommy Marcella.
the human skyscraper.
He is insane from set pieces.
But D'Agostino, baller this game.
Very good. We got a message from Nick's dad
Oh, yes.
on Twitter to confirm he is Maltese.
This blew me last week.
Yeah.
This blew my mind.
And you know what, Nick? Be very proud of your son. He deserves all the praise he gets.
Yeah,
Big ups
he's
to,
the new Maltese Messi.
Big up to
Yes.
Joe D'Agostino. Now, someone said on Twitter that were there other Maltese players in this game?
I think he was just memeing. With
Okay.
us. But
We have confirmation though.
Yeah, because we got told Joel Chianese was Maltese as well, but I think that's just a joke.
That's a joke.
He's Italian.
He's Italian.
Yeah.
Okay. So we went 2-0 up. Did we go 3-0 up? I can't exactly remember how this game
It
went.
went 3-0,
Yep.
then 2-3,
That's
then
right.
4-2.
That's right. Gary
Yeah.
Hooper scored a cheeky double.
Yeah,
That
Gary
was
Hooper-
when
Quick-fire double.
Quick-fire double.
If Gary Hooper plays that whole 90 minutes, the game could have been different, I think.
Potentially.
I don't think he's fit enough to play 90 minutes.
He's still a bit like
When he's-
chunky.
Yeah, when he started this season, when I
He's-
watched him a couple of times,
Struggled.
loses it after 60. So
Like-
maybe he's better off the bench. Not sure.
Who knows? But like when you are carrying around that weight, like you're harder to like take off the ball and like you know,
It's true.
you can like body like defenders more. So
It's true.
But you need the conditioning for the 90 minutes.
yeah,
as well.
like there's a theory behind it. I'd like to study
Okay. A theory behind
big fat strikers.
to how many goals they score.
Yeah, even cause remember like Ross McCormack, he was like
Oh, he was. Yeah, that's true.
like his body mass index wasn't the best. But how many goals did he score in the A-League?
Quite a lot.
Quite a few.
Just shows like if you have like good technique, you can do nearly anything.
It's true. If you can last a 90.
Yeah, well, which they probably can't. But like if you're playing for like 60 odd,
Yeah,
that's still not bad.
for sure. Now, in the Discord while this game was going, everyone was ripping Kim until he assisted D'Agostino's goal.
Kim is just a roller coaster.
Yeah, more downs than ups.
Yeah.
A lot more downs
a
than
lot
us.
more. I'm probably his biggest hater.
Yeah,
In
we all
top
are.
division.
We all
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, he doesn't have many lovers. I'll say that much.
It's true.
It's frustrating.
But no, it wasn't.
We've gone from Davidson to Kim, and
Yeah.
it's
It's a bit of
quite depressing.
It's a culture shock.
Saw Davidson. He played last night in the Champions League for Ulsan against
Ulsan,
Sokkah. Yeah, I still miss him so
in
much.
Glory's group, aren't they?
Yeah, when he comes home,
gonna
yeah,
hurt.
I think I might
gonna
cry.
Ripping down the left-hand side. It's not going to be the same.
If he just gets an assist or a goal,
Might have to boo him.
No, I could never.
Yeah, right, he
I
brought
love
the
him too
Premier's
much.
play to us.
it's true. It's true. That's why we're in the Champions League in the first
Yeah,
place.
he's
right.
Jason
So
Davo.
Kim, I think I'm not going to go as far as to say it was his first completed cross of the season, but it was bloody close. For D'Agostino's,
close.
D'Agostino's is a class header.
He can hit a ball.
He can. And he was just so chill about it. Like,
Yeah, like I want to see him celebrate with a bit more passion, like Fornaroli does.
okay.
I love it.
Fornaroli knew that his fourth goal was in as soon as it left.
Oh, yep.
Or saucy finish.
Very good.
But like Fox Sports, they need like a better angle, like one like behind the goal, so they can like
See the
how where
curl,
it's
see it all.
placed. Yeah,
I think Daggers is going to be our secret weapon for the run-in.
100%.
so.
I really want to see him play with Castro.
Yeah, because Castro should be back this week.
Yeah, he should be.
I'm not sure what's happening.
'Cause apparently he's got a
Well, it
knock.
was a rest and then it was a knock and it was a little bit
And then,
of a...
but when he starts going out for 2 weeks, you
Yeah.
think
it's
it's up.
saying
Because now he's got like 2 weeks off now as well.
No, he hasn't played for 4 weeks.
I don't like this false reporting of injuries.
Papa
Coaches,
does it a lot.
Papa does it a lot, and
A lot.
I don't like it.
A lot.
Because, you know, someone said in that Discord I should do a conspiracy theory of the week.
Yeah, what's your conspiracy theory
This week, so this is continuing on from Economides,
Yeah,
that he's purposely played to get injured so he can be exiled from the club.
interesting.
So this is all in an attempt to bring D'Agostino in, and Papa always knew that D'Agostino had it in him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like D'Agostino has it in for sure.
I think our preferred front three has to be D'Agostino, Fornaroli, and Castro.
I think so.
Yeah, it's up there for sure. Yeah, this season hasn't been Economides, or he can't play the rest of the season anyway.
Chianese, I still feel like he hasn't got a good first touch.
Yeah,
Even though
I
he
agree.
can score goals.
Like
And
he knows how to shoot now. Like he had like nearly scored a banger as well.
Yeah, he did. I think he's a frustrating player sometimes.
is.
He's got the potential.
because when he
but
plays bad, he just
It's
stinks.
really bad,
nothing
yeah.
in between with him.
which is tough.
But I think Daggers, even his work rate off the ball, I thought
He's
been
fit,
immense.
like,
he's
yeah.
very, very
Like,
fit.
question is now with Jaggers though, like, is he potentially a Socceroos Smokey?
I think so.
I think you're looking him off the bench. Yeah.
I
Because
think
like
so.
the first two will be McLaren and Taggart.
Yeah.
He's
Well, I think Daggers could play out wide.
even behind, like where he
Very
played on the
versatile.
weekend.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
he played just
behind,
as,
just behind Tuna. He was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I'm not happy with McLaren either. We'll get to that when we
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Melbourne City game.
All right, Joe, should we fly back to the first game of the round, which is on Friday night?
Yeah.
I mean, this was before the Glory game.
Which game was that?
The victory, the Melbourne Derby.
So the Melbourne Derby
The Melbourne Derby. So, Joe, where were we eating dinner while this game was going on?
at Franco Forte in
Okay.
Northbridge.
Spaghetti bar
Great little pasta restaurant or spaghetti bar. BYO.
as well.
And yeah, I had the squid in oil or something. Lovely.
I had a kale pesto pasta. Very
You
nice.
like your like very healthy foods,
Yeah, but it's like, it wasn't that healthy.
like kale.
Okay. But, there was a bit of sausage in
What
there.
did you have for dinner on Friday night, Zimmer?
KFC, mate.
True.
Friday night.
That's what he told us. I like it.
Is there anything in particular from KFC you get, or?
Oh, no, change it up. Usually the brand new, meal box that comes out at
Okay.
a time, depending what it is.
It's interesting. I'm curious
How to
about
be an
this.
NPL striker.
That's it.
Okay, so I got a message during the game. So we weren't exactly watching this live, but we went back.
I watched the replay on
I
KO.
did watch the replay as well. Tom Glover, let's fast forward to victory being 2-0 up. Sorry, City being 2-0 up, and Toivonen has a free kick. Tom Glover, this is a very bad mistake. Yeah.
Someone did say the Ollie Roos are in safe hands after seeing that. But no, that was very amateur. Like, I could catch that.
It was.
Like, even just punch it away. But yeah, no, he just got too cocky.
It's just one. And so did Mark Bosnich go on a big rant and explain how this happened?
I didn't
He
watch
did.
that.
He
watched it.
did.
He did.
So what did he say?
You know what Boz is like.
Yeah,
He
he's
just
very
goes, just a lapse
over-exaggerated.
of concentration, thinking that he actually mentioned. I think he mentioned that Glover didn't have to do much during the game,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that's
maybe
true.
might have been
Could have been.
half asleep, and then I think if that was is it Bazanis, the other keeper?
Yeah,
Yes.
he didn't
I think
play.
if that happened to him, the City fans would absolutely crucify
Yeah,
him.
I think
but
there's a
because
little bit of
they've
leeway.
got a love relationship with Glover for some reason.
Yeah, because he's a bit younger. They want to
Yeah, I
look
think they were a
after
bit
him
sick of
more.
Bazanis. I really.
Yeah. Especially because they got 3 points, he might be off the hook.
He's lucky. If
Yeah.
that's victory are not playing their best at the
No,
moment.
and so
at
obviously
all.
Cruz. We are reporting Cruz is injured for another 8 weeks.
Yeah.
8 to 10, I think. So he's probably ruled out. I'd
Yeah,
say
Have to him.
Victory, no luck at the moment.
majority
So
of the year. But City were decent. Berenguer had his best game.
I reckon he has one of the cooler names in the A-League.
He does.
Florin.
Florin Berenguer.
Very good.
'Cause he's French. Yeah, of course. He's French.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'd say 99% certain he's French.
No, his goal was very well played.
His first goal was awesome.
And it was Luna with the assist there, he drew Mako to make another run.
Yeah.
He's coming
To free
good,
up the
Luna.
space.
Yeah, I think Luna's been decent.
I've-
And then
I've been very spectacled with Melbourne City this season. I have I've been going around calling them the pretenders for the last 4 or 5 seasons, and I still really think they're pretenders.
yeah,
at
they're
the
just
moment.
inconsistent.
I'm honestly, as a Glory fan, sitting behind them. I know we've got a game in hand.
Oh, I'm confident we're
not
so much
worried
better
one
than
bit.
Like,
I honestly think Wellington will pip them at the post.
Yeah,
I reckon
yeah.
they'll get past them too.
Yeah, because it doesn't feel like Glory's third at the moment. It feels like we're second.
Absolutely.
The thing about Melbourne City is just that I know they're mentally weaker than the Glory.
Yeah.
And that starts from Popovich. Popovich, mentally strong.
It's like
Pretenders.
that Chiellini quote against Tottenham is it's their history.
Yeah.
And yeah. But their second goal though was some amazing play.
That was
Yeah,
was
that
some
was really
brilliant tiki-taka, the backheel assist.
A backheel assist from Berenguer.
Yeah, then Macadaddy with his 15th goal this season.
It's high up
It's
there.
up there.
pretty quiet for a few weeks.
He always scores against the lesser teams though.
Victory.
Like victory. Doing ninth.
Nothing outside the 6-yard box, mind you, as well.
Yeah, there's a little fox in the box.
Hoogland did play this game for victory, possibly one of his first games back from injury. But then they lose Cruz again. I think they can't escape the witch doctor. But they did get a good win in the Champions League victory.
But that does guarantee Rojas will play as well.
Yeah,
maybe in that wider position.
Yeah, I think Elvis Kombucha, his days are numbered.
Yeah. Oh, he missed another sitter in the Champions
He-
League.
There's so many sitters.
So he's a quality player.
Yeah, he
It's
is.
good to
Like,
see
on the ball,
people
he's
coming from
amazing.
NPL
Yeah.
up, but his final product, I think, really where he lets him down. A final
he can't
cross
shoot.
or a final finish.
It's bizarre almost that he's actually such a good player on
Yeah.
the ball.
And it's such good positions as well. Just
Yeah.
takes an extra touch when he doesn't need to, or whatever. But it's sad to because he's one of the most scintillating players to watch when he's on the ball.
Absolutely.
He's just missing that end product, which is the sad thing.
He gave Glory a rinse when he was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was playing on him? Franich,
Well, I would have
maybe.
been, Franich.
Game absolute
Yeah,
spray.
he did.
I was at Mississippi that game, so
Yeah,
I
living
can
it
start,
up.
yeah.
So Victory got a decent win in the Champions League. I do think this new formation, they're pretty much copying the Glory with a 3-4-3 or 5-4-1. Actually does suit them. But Basha has been decent this year. He had a shocker this game, though. He was pretty poor.
I actually think the young boy next to him is very, very good.
Yeah,
Leslie
Leslie
Otis.
Otis,
He's
yeah.
been very good in the last few weeks.
He's been getting quite a few minutes. Right?
few,
Yeah,
Right,
I think
yeah.
it's good to see.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think Poulsen is just not what they think he is at all.
No.
But Monbear was wearing it was quite an odd outfit.
He was wearing the sunglasses, was he?
Sunglasses,
I can't remember what
jumper,
else.
shirt,
Is it the hat? He always wears the hat.
He looked like a tourist. He looks like...
He is though. Like
He's a
taken
tourist.
away.
Technically he's a tourist. Okay.
But back to the Melbourne Champions League game, like the last 5 minutes when the guy like 2-footed one of the Melbourne players, I forgot who it was. He like jumped like 2 feet. It was like one of those like ones like.
Did he get sent off?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like one of the worst reds I've seen. Like there was no chance he was getting the ball. Just like he like jumped, both feet were like on the ground.
Correct.
And just like lunged at him.
It's not good.
It was like love to see it, but like you
Love to
can't
see
do that.
Can I get your thoughts on Storm, Rory?
He had that really, really bad injury when he
Yeah.
came from the Mariners. He like broke his arm and
Yeah,
his
I
like
remember
leg.
that.
I
And I
remember
think
that.
since then I don't think he's been the same because he was very good before that. But
Yeah, he's very overrated at the
he's
moment. At that
poor.
time.
Gives the ball away
Oh,
all the time,
horribly.
man.
Even against Glory when they were playing
Yeah.
well, he was.
Because I always thought him as a good player, but
Me too,
and Victory he's
He's
been
from
like,
Perth. I think he's a Perth boy.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, because he was started
He's
the
a Perth
Glory.
boy, yeah.
I think he played 2 games for the Glory and went to the Mariners.
That's right.
Yeah, no, he's been poor.
Because that injury, that was sick. That was like
That
that
was-
was horrible
that was
to watch,
horrible.
wasn't
I
it?
remember that.
So he went to like kick the ball. No, how did it
Yeah,
happen?
he did. He went
Yeah.
to kick. I think kick the ground.
Yeah.
And then
Ugh. Yeah.
That's right. All right.
Anyway, what's the next game?
City win 2-1, but they're spineless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Brisbane Adelaide.
Brisbane. Did I watch this? I did watch this game.
Tough game. Could have gone either way. This one.
Yeah.
Did I watch? I wrote notes about this game. I need to refresh my memory.
The Robbie Fowler train that I never thought would even get started.
It's taken off.
It's
and
taken
they're
off, mate.
Finding speed at the right time, I think.
Like this proves my theory. Like at the start of our podcast,
theory,
I
yeah.
said Adelaide would not make the top 6. This is further proof. Like even though Adelaide are still in the top 6, I just don't think they're going to make it.
Adelaide are tough. Like, they'd won 3 games in a row previously.
Yeah.
They have, they just signed Mork. I thought he was decent. Inconsistent along with Melbourne City as well, I'd say. Because then neither here nor there all half these games,
If
I like
you-
their coach though.
If they make the finals, I think they'll bomb out. in the
Bomb out first round.
Oh, 100%.
They're not getting any
Definitely.
further
And
than
I
that.
still think if Brisbane made the finals, they'd be a first round bomber.
But Brisbane, they could upset anyone. I feel like.
So they've been playing that 3-4-3 all year, like the Glory, and he's stuck with it, Fowler, and they're hard to break down at times.
They are.
So you get a finals game, maybe you're away to Melbourne City. You could snag. I think anyone away to Melbourne City. To be honest,
There's
in
a
the
chance.
finals.
There's a chance. There's a serious chance.
But yeah, Aldred scored the winner. Halloran opened the score with a bang.
Scott McDonald played amazing this game.
Yeah,
I
he
feel
did
like
for
he was
Brisbane.
heavily involved in that second goal or the first one.
Both
Or
of
one
them,
of the
I
Brisbane
think.
ones.
Yeah.
Like, probably both of them.
Yeah, he might have, yeah. No, Halloran scored an absolute banger, and it was a very good advantage played by the referee. I don't praise referees often, Joe.
You don't.
I think Halloran got taken down, and then he was complaining to the ref. Ref
And
played
it went on.
advantage,
Yep.
went on to score. So
Love to see
might
that.
have been Kurt Ams.
I actually read today that he's getting chased by some high-profile clubs.
Halloran.
In the
Adelaide
A-League
fight.
or
No, I think elsewhere.
elsewhere?
Because he started to roll on now. He started pretty slowly, I
Yeah.
think. But
Yeah, he's scored in the past, in quite a few past games.
yeah.
How's it going, mate?
There's dog training going on at Chewett Hill.
Yeah, I don't know, lots of dog
We
walkers
haven't had a
around.
dog running, but it's okay. So tough game, could have gone either way, but Brisbane now. So you got to give Fowler some credit.
Yeah, 100%. Like the signings he's made in the past like month or so. Plus he's playing Dylan Wenzel-Halls again, which like I love to see.
Needed to
Big ups,
happen, yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I think things are looking up for Brisbane. Possible top 6 smoky.
I think the problem with them was quite a few overseas players, and as you've seen with Castro's first season and that, it takes a while to get used to the conditions. I think they're there now, and they got players like Inham and that are really starting to
Yeah, no, it's
fire.
a good call.
Oh, Inman's insane. Yeah.
Jay O'Shea.
Yeah. No, he's
one of them, yeah.
I really like.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he was good. I think Glory played him first game at home, and he was quality.
Like even like Corey Brown, like he was like probably horrible at like Victory.
Yeah.
He's a little bit better at Brisbane.
Well, I think he
little bit,
suits
yeah.
them well.
Yeah.
He suits them well. No, it's a good comment. A lot of foreigners do take time, and they had a lot of them.
It's the weather.
And Jamie Young's back in.
Jamie
Yeah.
Jamie
been in
Young's
for a while
insane.
now,
Yeah,
but-
but he's solid. No, but so I obviously gave a lot of criticism for exiling O'Donovan and Mork. But to get on with the shit. Because I just feel like, you're training at Perth, let's say, your 2 of your best players are training on their own. Like, I feel like that just upset the group.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to get on from that, because he literally just pushed them out and they've done well, so
Yep.
I feel like he's a mark of a good coach.
Yeah,
we were talking about last week and you just didn't get the comment at all.
Yeah, I can't remember what I said. I can't remember what I had
You
for
were
breakfast today. I was tired last episode.
Did you have a coffee before?
I made sure before this episode I had a coffee, so like a repeat of last episode wouldn't happen.
All right.
So Adelaide were just average.
Yeah, no, to be honest, they could have snagged a result. Like, it was pretty tightly contested, but with these, Brisbane, Adelaide, City, inconsistent.
Yeah, it was like raining very heavily this game
Tough
as well.
Conditions, yeah.
It was quite
Like
tough.
the weather here needs to like sorted out. I know Brisbane's probably like has a bit more tropical weather patterns, but like still like
Sort it out.
yeah, sort it out.
Sort the weather out. All right, there was a very entertaining game, the final game of the round. That was the Jets
That
and
was
the
the
Mariners.
the F3 Derby.
The F3.
This was
Wooden spoon playoff
The wooden spoon.
for the last 5 years.
this was possibly the worst 4-3 game I think I've seen.
No, this was a great game. Oh, actually, no, to be honest, it wasn't.
Great rubbish game.
Like, yeah.
It
Hard
was
to
a great
explain.
rubbish
Yeah.
game. A lot of set pieces, very messy. But, so Petrarca scored 2 screamers.
Yes.
And then, so in some sort of order, Torpor Stanley scored. Now, when Torpor Stanley scores,
You're doing something wrong.
you got
As a
Do
defending
you remember this thing on Fox Sports when like there was this big like article? It wasn't an article. They're like a big show about him, and they're trying to find out when he scored his first goal, and he had to go around the street interviewing people.
No.
Okay.
I can't remember that either.
Well, Torpor Stanley scored. No, because okay, that's all right. Torpor Stanley scored, and then Tonic. It was all these corners. It was like Tonic scored.
Yeah,
Tisby
like-
scored a decent header.
No one was marking at corners.
No.
Like the first like 2 corner goals, just like it was one set piece for like either team.
Yeah, it was Tonic's and then Torpor Stanley's, and then Arroyo celebrated an own goal.
Oh,
I rate that. I was like, that's something I'd do.
Paul wouldn't.
I'm just not a big fan of him in general.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. A lot of the commentators really like him for some reason.
I
but
like him.
We don't mind him.
It's not just. Not a
Some
big fan.
games he's pretty average.
Yeah, yeah.
There's just like a little bit of X factor in him.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
good
know.
to see. It is good to see in the A-League these randoms come in for no reason.
Yeah.
Do nothing. We have a lot
Celebrate
of-
own goals.
Yeah. We have a lot.
This
of
was very audacious to celebrate that own goal, but I rate it.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's something
Tim was
I'd
very
do.
happy. Yeah, you would definitely do it.
100%. But who else scored in this game?
So Petratos made it 3-2 with a banger. So Rolio made it 4-2, and then Chris Howell debuted for the Mariners.
That was a
Peach.
banger.
Very nice. This was like this is why the game was so shit. Like time stopped when Chris Howell got the ball. I think Italiano did a very bad goal kick. Time stopped, and Howell
Yes.
had like 10 years as
Yep.
place the top corner. But the Jets, they can't defend, but they're decent going forward.
Oh yeah, 100%. And like Roy O'Donovan as well, he made some decent runs here and there, making some space for his partner.
Now, Joe, we do have notes on the new Newcastle Jets coach.
Yeah.
This is from Jacob.
Jacob, yeah.
Jacob.
So,
So-
he's like an expert in Carl Robinson, the new Newcastle coach.
So Jacob used to support the team that Carl Robinson used to coach, the Vancouver Whitecaps.
Brad
Okay.
Smith's team. Are
Brad
we
Smith.
correct?
I think so.
Team.
Ex-team?
I
I've
don't
seen.
know.
He's signed back
Yeah,
in the UK.
he's
somewhere,
been with
I think, in the
Vancouver.
Championship.
Yeah, I knew he was in
I think
MLS.
so, yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about Carl Robinson. This is a Sokkah Pod exclusive.
It is.
Okay. Very likable. So there you go. So they parted ways with him. They mutually terminated his contract when like a third of the squad left when he was at Vancouver. But I think he did very good things. He brought in a man called Kendall Watson, who went on to play for Costa Rica and scored at the World Cup.
Did he sign Bernie Abini? Because he played for Vancouver as well at one stage.
Yeah, he did.
Potentially.
Maybe he's making some phone calls to him because Abini's a free agent at the moment.
Is he? Because I've seen him training in Sydney at the moment.
Yes, like on that local FC
Yeah.
page, yeah.
Shout out
And
Gibson.
Yep. Shout
Shout out local FC.
Local FC, yeah.
Another Sokkah Pod exclusive. He likes big, strong centre back, so I feel like he'd fall in love with Nikolai Torpor-Stanley.
love
Or even like Thomas Aldred, like he'll try scout him.
He'll sign him. And Bogard. And he likes his centre mids to play forward. So I think Ugarkovic, Kantarovsky,
Ugarkovic, he has a good foot on him.
he's a good foot.
He knows
plays
how
with
to
forward
shoot.
passes.
Because he pulled out a brilliant save from our friend Mark Birras.
Yes, that's true.
I'll save the round. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I'll save the
Yeah.
round.
I haven't even done a team of the week this
Saved
week.
it. Was saved it.
Yeah.
And I heard him speak in one of the interviews, and he sounded like a pretty decent bloke. He's very passionate on the sidelines, and he gives opportunities to young talent. So that is all scouted by Jacob.
Yep.
Very interesting. I think probably not this season, but hopefully Newcastle can get
Is
going.
he English, this Carl Robinson
I
guy?
believe he's Welsh.
Welsh, same. Oh, nearly the same thing. Just like down the road.
If you're Welsh listening to the podcast,
We might have some listeners from Wales.
The analytics.
Maybe, yeah. I checked the other week. We have like a new one from Italy.
Really?
Yeah, we have like some in like South America, Indonesia, in Japan. We're big there.
Big in
We're only in Indonesia. There's two. We got 2 unique viewers from Indonesia. Was that one of them you?
Could have been when I was in Bali. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I think I was doing better things than listening to the podcast when I was there.
That's true. Okay, that's all our games. Wrapped up. How do you think the round went, Joe?
That was a good game. Like,
it was a good game or good round?
A good round. Like, it's good we didn't have to watch Sydney win again.
Yes.
So I'm just sick of seeing them play.
Yeah, it was nice to have a non-Sydney week, to be honest.
Is there games this week? Yeah, there is.
There is.
Glory
There's
don't
Champions
play.
League and like lots of mix. Okay,
Do Sydney play tonight in Champions League?
No, you got cancelled also.
Can people just like coronavirus? Just sort yourself out.
The 1 year Glory make it.
Yeah, that's all.
The 1 year.
I was looking forward to it like last night to go watch my first Asian Champions League game.
It's true.
Cancelled.
That's true.
Or like postponed.
What else are you going to do on a Tuesday or Wednesday night?
Exactly.
What else are you going to do? So we do have 4 viewers from Italy. I really like this.
Yeah.
That's good.
3 from Japan, 1 from the UK, 1 from India, and 2 from others.
From India.
I would like to know the others.
Malta, maybe.
Has to be. It's D'Agostino's family.
Daggers.
Okay. Very good.
But no, I reckon like India is a good growth market for us.
Do we have 1 listener from India? We need to find out who that person is.
We can get like 1% on, even like 0.5% of like the Indian population.
Well, one Indian is about not a lot of the percentage of their population.
Yeah.
Shout out to my friend who's actually playing in India, Andy Keogh, as you would know.
Oh,
Playing
he's
in
an
India
Indian
at the
now.
moment.
Your
He
friend
is.
Andy Cougar.
Maybe it's him.
Could be. All right, Joe, we're going to move on to our Twitter questions.
Yep, go on. I forgot. I didn't prep anything for this show.
It's not good, Joe.
We just read like the appropriate ones.
Okay.
We should have done questions for Zimmer, but like I want to like keep it like as a surprise. We had a guest.
That's true.
Yeah, 'cause I was like
Oh,
hinting
fair
at
enough.
it. Yeah.
Actually, while I get the questions up, Zim, in the meantime, one question I want to ask you.
Yep.
So you're attacking midfielder, striker, what do you prefer?
Attacking midfielder.
Attacking midfielder. So, let's talk about confidence. And Joe, get the questions up. So obviously you had an extremely successful year in front of goal 2 years ago.
Yep.
How do you deal with, so like, let's say you come off a shit game, what's going through your mind after the game? Especially looking for the next week.
Oh, first and foremost, the way I like to go about it is, I think, don't worry about scoring goals.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're having a bit of a off patch, for me it's okay as an attacking midfielder. As a different striker, I can't really say, but as an attacking midfielder, I look to do is just get on the ball again and just play a simple pass, 1-2 touch, get in there, and then you'll be surprised when you're missing. You'll miss for 6 weeks, and then you hit one out of nowhere, and then they just roll. You just gotta. I think a lot of people try and like change their game when they're not scoring. Where me, like, if I have a sighted goal, I'll hit it, even if I haven't scored for 8 weeks. I'll just So I think that's the way to get back on it. Like Bruno, for example, you've seen the way he goes about his things. When he'll miss 10 shots a game, but then that one in the 90th will go in and
Score a banger.
on fire.
Do you reckon getting a fresh haircut closer to the game improves your performance?
Yeah, I'm a Thursday morning. Almost
And
religiously.
see,
morning.
Thursday it's close to Saturday, you're getting ready for
Yeah, and it's quieter than a Friday because
Okay.
my barber Christian's a very busy guy. So Friday, Saturday is too flat out. Thursday, I duck in.
But say if there's a spot open on a Friday, would you take it? Or like you don't want to mess up that like pattern you're in?
It's not really a pattern, but yeah, I would take it up. But there's no bookings at Main Street Barbers, so it's rock up. When you get in there, so you don't know.
Exclusive.
Alright, actually we had some good questions, I read a few. Would you rather fight 5 poodle-sized Tommy Macellas or 1 Macella-sized poodle? Imagine a Macella-sized poodle.
5.
You'd have to go 5.
It's like 5 little...
Yeah, for 5 small Tommy Marcellas or a Marcella-sized poodle, which is like a dinosaur nearly. I'm taking the 5
I'm going for the 5.
poodle-sized Marcellas.
Yeah, I think...
Because Marcella's like 5 meters tall, so you're never going to win that.
If you get 5 little poodles running around, that'd be okay.
Fair chance. I'm taking my chances with that.
Because I think the dinosaurs would come back into existence if there was a poodle-sized Macella.
There's a good chance.
Okay. That was from Chicken Treat Fan Club.
Big ups.
Joe, do you want to read Ollie Bumber's question?
Which A-League player, past or present, do you think would most likely release a meme-worthy autobiography? Ooh, which A-League player would release a book though? Not many of them would.
This is a tough one.
This is tough. Kevin Muscat. Kevin Muscat would write a great autobiography.
It would be like How to Break a Leg or something.
Going through all these red cards.
I'd buy that. That'd be a New York Times
You get
bestseller.
the Adrian Zara side of it too.
Oh,
A good exclusive interview.
yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, I'd buy that. There's like not like if Kenny Lowe did one, he'd write a book.
Yeah.
Kenny Lowe would.
Kenny
for
Lowe,
sure.
he's an intelligent
interesting
man. Yeah.
Very, very interesting man.
Intelligent.
Yeah.
We can get him on the pod, I reckon.
I think we could.
We could. I could.
I think there's
You know
a
his
fair
son's a
chance.
comedian.
Yes, he's at the Fringe Festival.
Stand-up
at the
comedian.
moment. Yeah. Shout out to Kenny Lowe and his son.
Rory. Okay. You can read out Josh Lenzo's comment.
Josh Lenzo, how are you, mate? Good friend. If there was an A-League Royal Rumble, who would be the last 3 players in? Secondly, who would win?
Okay, so we've come to a conclusion. Would have Matt Simon, Dino Drubich, and Aldred from Brisbane. Big boys.
That's a,
Big long boys.
there's some big bodies in that ring.
I think Dino wins this because he's like the Terminator.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're coming back from an ACL after 2 months, you're winning the Royal Rumble.
You're motivated,
That's
ready
it,
to
you're not
go.
losing the Royal Rumble.
You can do anything.
I reckon Dino's finisher move is just a spear, like an edge spear.
Probably, yeah. Or like a
Big boot.
sweet chin music.
Yeah.
Or, switch in music. Damn. Yeah, so I reckon he knocks Aldred out with the switch in music. Okay. Milan asks, if you were directing a movie or TV show, which A-League player would you include? What would it be about, and what role, character will each of the players play? Now, Joe, last week we talked about a movie we're going to make
Yeah.
called the
The Mutual Terminator.
The Mutual Terminator. Okay, so who's been recently mutually terminated? O'Donovan.
O'Donovan, yeah, we can say him.
So main character is Roy O'Donovan.
Yeah.
He will play.
The Mutual Terminator.
He's like the victim of the mutual termination.
Okay.
So Robbie Fowler's the...
Robbie Fowler and Roy
Terminator's the
O'Donovan.
Terminator.
I think we could even Robbie Fowler's the Terminator.
Robbie Fowler's the Terminator.
We'll add Mork in there. So Mork and O'Donovan, best mates.
Yep.
It'll be about how they're playing for Brisbane and how the Terminator, Robbie Fowler.
And so Robbie Fowler has come from the future.
Yes, he's half metal.
Yeah. To mutually terminate them.
It's true.
And
the other side of the country.
Yep. All right. Okay. Oh, this question got some controversy.
This is a good question here.
Okay. What is your preferred shape of pasta / noodle?
Asked by no nonsense defender. I like the bow tie ones. Is that-
Tally.
Just,
is it
they-
no,
Oh, no, they're-
no, it's farfalle.
Yeah, they're
or something?
farfalle, I think,
Yeah,
actually.
I'll rate them. Cannelloni's up there as well.
Okay.
spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Just plain.
Yeah, spag bolt, Trent.
I reckon.
Your kale pesto, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's not a type of.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, come on. You're talking about shapes here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, tagliatelle is a really skinny pasta. I like that.
I like rigatoni as well.
Rigatoni.
It's a little bit thicker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like some penne as well. Yeah,
You can't go wrong.
can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Classic.
And then Dowie said, surely you're not going to group pasta and noodles together.
Yeah, noodle. I don't know any types of noodles. Like to me,
Pasta
there's
is
a
noodles.
Same.
Yeah. Pasta is noodles, not noodles are pasta. Not all noodles are pasta. Interesting.
Fair point.
Joe, do you want to ask T's comment?
Yeah, T asks, why has the African witch doctor forsaken the Melbourne Victory? I don't know. Melbourne Victory have upset the gods somehow.
Marco Kurtz upset the gods.
Marco Kurtz upset the
all
gods,
started with
and
him.
he's cursed them with like 20 injuries. Now Robbie Cruz, which is like sad to hear.
It's all that karma coming back from Kevin Muscat.
That's probably it.
Comes around.
There's your answer, T.
But I think, I think there should be an investigation. It's tough now, but I reckon Marco Kurtz, the pre-season, the fitness, just all went wrong. That's why they were getting injured.
Yeah, I don't know
The
what's
strength
happened.
program was
Yep.
off, the fitness was off, but I think that's a serious... But you can't do anything about it now.
Like maybe the grass they train on is like too hard.
potentially.
Who knows? Because like at Perth, like it's like AstroTurf there.
At the back.
At the
Okay,
back,
so
yeah.
you train at the back, yeah.
Yeah,
Horrific.
like how is that on like your ankles and everything?
Absolutely horrific.
Horrific. Okay.
Horrific.
Shit.
But
Not
there's
good.
not much we can do about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Just-
MPL club.
yeah.
Just train where you get told.
Fair play.
We get the Thursday on the main pitch, but,
just the Thursday.
Just the
that's
You
not,
don't
that's
want
not good
the
enough.
midfielders either.
Yeah.
You got to balance that.
but we prefer a good pitch every week
Yeah.
on Saturday, then train on it every
Yeah.
night,
Fair
and
play.
then
Make
have
it
one
yeah.
on Saturday.
Well, I know when like Kenny Lowe was coaching the Glory and they're going through that spell of all the
Yeah,
injuries.
that's I was about.
There was
to
a big
say.
investigation. Well, that wasn't an investigation, but they were talking about where they trained. They were training at UWA, I think, and at one point, and the ground was rubbish. Does play a part for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, like that's like playing indoor soccer just like once a week. You can tell straight
Yeah.
away, like for like half an hour.
That's
Do
true.
you play with Chris Mafricci by any chance? That's
Nah,
what I've heard.
he messaged us the other
Yeah,
day. He wants to come on.
He's dying to get on the pod. He's
Is he?
here today. We're having a chat about it. Knows nothing about football whatsoever.
It'd be good to have on. bring some character or like
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it.
So Joe, do you want to talk about? I'm going to be on another podcast. Do you want to talk?
Okay,
about
so Trent's. You've taken up an offer to
Taken up an offer.
to co-host another podcast.
Yes.
So the Football Centre where we recorded a few times, they're starting their own podcast, and Trent is going to be a co-host.
I'm actually going to be the host.
The host.
The host with
Okay.
guests left and right of me.
So like what's like going on there?
So, it's pretty much like I just get paid like my normal rate to work there, but I'm going to do a podcast.
Fair play.
So, that's about it.
So that's not going to hinder your performance here, is it?
No, it won't.
If it does, we might have to give you the sack.
Literally terminate.
Yeah.
Usually terminated.
So like I'm sending you to the Football Centre with like a loan,
Yes.
like every
I'm
week.
taking the microphones. So,
You apparently you
apparently.
are. Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're listening on YouTube all the way to the end, please leave a like.
YouTube or Spotify.
Yes. You can leave a like. on YouTube.
iTunes, Podbean, Google Podcasts.
Yep. But leave a like, leave a comment. I
Yeah,
wanna hear from you.
subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah, comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram as well. Forgot
Okay.
about that one.
Good about Instagram.
But yeah, Zimmer, you got like anyone you want to say hi to or anyone?
Oh, not really.
Not
Actually.
really.
Not really.
Oh, sorry, I didn't think. I'll think of something.
Yeah. Continue.
Alright.
Trent, yeah. Anything else we need to mention? Or
How was your Saturday night, Joe?
I don't remember it.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll.
Always a good one there.
Yeah. It's came back to me in parts.
That is ridiculous. Okay. That's all right.
Anyway, nice to have you on, Trent.
Pleasure.
Zimmer, it was a pleasure.
Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for having me, boys. Appreciate
Anytime,
it.
anytime.
Awesome.
Vamos.
Vamos.